everybody. Welcome to another concert review. Today, we will be talking about the concert I went to for a Doors tribute band called Wild Child. Once again, this was at the Paramount. A lot of good concerts are at the Paramount. This was a very good Doors tribute band. I felt like I was actually seeing the Doors. Really good set list, very good performance they put on. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, when I walked into the Paramount to see the performance, like when I walked into like the stage room, I noticed something in that on the stage there was a screen that wasn't there before. There was like this like screen, but it was like on the stage. Because and like none of the other shows I've been to at the venue had that screen over there. It was like a video screen. It basically just showed the same advertisements that the two screens next to the stage would. But I wasn't expecting to I was expecting there to be another one, but on the stage this time. So that was kind of cool that they had a little screen this time over there. I guessing because like when I saw Get the Let Out, for example, it was probably like covered by like the band's like logo, because they always bring like that like tapestry thing that they use as like a backdrop. And I guess when I saw John Anderson, maybe they didn't have it yet. I don't know. So they added the new screen there, and, we're just waiting, the show to start. We got, like, drinks and just waiting. At this show, there was actually an opening act. It was some group called Memphis Crawl. Now, I don't think I've heard of them before, but, they seem like some sort of blues type group, like, or something. I don't know. It was kind of a cheesy. It was pretty cheesy. Like I don't know. The guy was trying to do various Jim Morrison style antics. He invites like random people onto the stage to dance with him. He's like, oh, this person's been coming here for like 5 years. And then while those people are dancing on stage, he like climbs over to like the seats along the top row and like starts like climbing on the scaffolding and shit. Like what? But yeah, it was a bit cheesy, the opening acts. But overall. But I guess those antics of his were interesting, though. The way he was, like, climbing and shit all over the place. But, of course, that was the main attraction of the show. The Doors tribute. The Wild Child came on maybe, like, 20 minutes later. And it starts off like it's dark, like nothing's on the screen, it's just dark in there. There's like some like fog effects, and like you can see the band members come on stage. Then as the screen in the back lights up with the band's logo, they start playing Break On Through. And then the Jim Morrison of this group comes on. His name is David Brock, and he was a really good Jim Morrison. He's actually apparently played with the real Doors before, so yeah, it's no wonder he's as good as he is. He did a really, really good job overall, and he even dressed the part too. like for most of the show, he was sort of dressed like what Jim wore at like the Isle of Wight and the Dallas 1970 performances. Like he was dressed like that, um, and like overall he looked really cool. The other band members were very good at doing their roles as well. They looked less like the Doors, but they were still good. They were good musically. Yeah, like they had a really good guitar player, I remember. Yeah, and the drummer was pretty good. Keyboardist was pretty good. But yeah, they start off with Break On Through. Then they go into Love Me Two Times from Strange Days. That was another good one. Felt like I was in 1967 for a little bit there. And when they did Peace Frog, they did a really good job. But interestingly, they didn't go into Blue Sunday right after it, although it seemed for a second that they were. But they didn't go into Blue Sunday after. But they did a good job with Peace Frog. Like I liked the guitar solo, and he made me do the poem in the middle. Indians scattered on dawn's highway bleeding, ghosts crowd the young child's fragile eggshell mind. Yeah. And okay, so after Peace Frog, I think after that was Alabama Song. Yeah, so they did Alabama Song, but interestingly, the full song, which, well, I guess the real Doors would do that, they wouldn't do it very often. They would usually just play like the first minute of it. But this one was like the full song, and there was like a guitar solo in the middle, and whatnot. And after that, they went into Backdoor Man, and Backdoor Man was really good, but there was a bit of a fuck up during it. You see, Dave Brock, I think, like split, accidentally unplugged the keyboardist's keyboard with like his foot or something, and in the middle of it, he had to replug the keyboardist's keyboard, and so after that, they played like a shortened version of the song. I wish they played the song, like more of the song. I wish they still tried to do the full song despite the little fuck up there, but it's whatever. Backdoor Man still sounded good, and I'm glad I at least got to see it somewhat, and maybe I'll play it in concert myself, I don't know. So Backdoor Man was pretty good. What was after that? I don't know what was right after that, but oh yeah. Okay, so they also did Crystal Ship, and they did Strange Days. I think I would have replaced Strange Days with like Soul Kitchen personally, because yes, Strange Days is of course a really good song. I just like Soul Kitchen more. I don't know, I probably just would have put Soul Kitchen there. But more power to them, So Strange Days is still a really good song. They also, interestingly, didn't play 5 to 1. Yeah. I was expecting them to play that. In fact, they only played one song from Waiting for the Sun, which was Not to Touch the Earth, from the Celebration of the Lizard piece. And that was really good. Like, everybody was like going crazy and like jumping during that one. I was singing along to it. My terrible concert audience voice. I sing better when I'm performing, but when I'm in the audience, I sound like fucking shit. I'm like, whereas, like, if I'm actually, like, singing, like, and I'm, like, the musician, I'm like, dead president's corpse in the driver's car. But, Um, but yeah, they played "Not to Touch the Earth," and that was really fun. And of course, you have to have the "I am the Lizard King, I can do anything" at the end of it, and yeah, that was really good. Um, but that was actually towards the end of the set. Uh, Way before that, actually, they played "When the Music's Over" from Strange Days, and that was amazing. They did this. He does the scream, the crazy guitar solo, Persian Night, See the Light, and all that whatnot. It felt like we were really seeing the Doors, especially during that was one of the songs where especially felt like we were really seeing the Doors. Like that was a really good performance of the song. Alright, is this song? Yeah, I think it was. Okay, and they also played, thankfully, quite a lot of stuff from Morrison Hotel. So I already mentioned Peace Frog, but I think right after When the Music's Over, they played Ship of Fools, which was really cool. Although I do wish they played the song more like how the actual band would play it, where it would turn into like a jam for a little while and whatnot, and like there would be like the extended outro and whatnot. But I guess that's how they did it. Whatever. It was still good. It was still good. I'm still glad they did Ship of Fools in some fashion. So yeah, I'm still glad they did Ship of Fools. This next song, I don't know if it was right after it or not, but they did The Spy from Morrison Hotel. That was another one. That was another good one. A nice slow blues track. Yeah, it's a nice slow blues track. I'm a spy in the house of love. But yeah, that was a good one. Oh yeah, and of course, if you're playing songs from Morrison Hotel, you're probably gonna do Roadhouse Blues, which of course they did. Interestingly, he actually picked up his mic stand a few times during that song. I don't know how often in the actual Jim would pick up his full-on mic stand, because I know he would grab the microphone and wave it around, but I don't know how many times he would pick up the full fucking mic stand. But yeah, he picks up the mic stand during it. He does the gibberish in the middle. Yeah, that's another number where it really feels like you're seeing the Doors. Now, interestingly, during this whole performance, there was these people throwing around a beach ball, and from what I've seen, this seems to be fairly common at a lot of concerts, but I've mostly seen it with big arena type ones, and it's usually a much bigger one than what they had there. This was just a small little beach ball, but take for example, in The Song Remains the Same by Led Zeppelin, you can see people tossing around this much bigger bubble, and obviously that's an MSG, which is of course a much bigger venue than the Paramount. But yeah, it was still cool. There was a ball flying around, people tossing it. I don't know whose it was, but yeah. All right, and they only played one song from the Soft Parade, which was "Touch Me," even though the band's name is named after a song from the Soft Parade, "Wild Child." But yeah, they did not play that song. I don't know how often that they actually do, but I don't even know if they do or not. But it's fine. But yeah, they played "Touch Me." That's the only song from the Soft Parade they played. And towards the end of the set is when they started introducing the LA Woman songs. The LA Woman is my favorite Doors album, by the way. You know, I think the first LA Woman song they did was Riders on the Storm. And they actually opened it up with the Hitchhiker poem, which was like a poem that I think I don't know how they like, I don't know if Jim like recorded it or not, like professionally, but I don't remember if he did or not, but I do know, well, maybe I don't know, but I feel like I remember hearing somewhere that poem was found in Jim's Paris apartment, like around the time he died. Like they found that poem in like a drawer or something. And you know, it fits in pretty well with, you know, Riders on the Storm. You know, so yeah, it was cool that they added that in at the beginning. Now, one little flaw I would like to point out with the show is that there seem to be some audio problems throughout the whole thing. I already mentioned, you know, the little problem in Backdoor Man, but you know, it seemed like they were like if you listen to a lot of like the recordings I got, you might hear like a lot of crackles and stuff. I don't know what that was from. I don't know if it's the microphone on my phone. I don't know if it was like the microphone Dave was using. I don't know like what was going on, but like there was like you can hear like some crackles. There was like definitely some audio issues there. I don't know what was going on, but overall it didn't hamper the performance really in a bad way. You know, it was just sort of there, and I didn't care. The performance was still really good, of course. But another flaw I'd like to point out is this band doesn't seem to have much information about it on the internet. And like I don't like, which is why I wasn't able to like tag them. I wasn't able to like, you know, like when I put stuff on like my Instagram or whatnot, and I won't be able to tag them for this video because they don't really have really a social media presence. So yeah, so there's not a lot of information about them on the internet aside from their website. Which, you know, can only give you so much, and there's not even that many videos of them anyway, so yeah, so hopefully this clears that up. Hopefully this video clears that up. As for other songs from LA Woman, they did Love Her Madly, which was really good, although apparently he had a problem with his mic during that song, like for like a brief few like seconds maybe, and you know, but Love Her Madly was still good overall. You know, he's able to sing like the rest of it after the little mic problem. And they ended off the main set with Light My Fire, and that was pretty cool. You know, they did like the instrumental jam in the middle. You know, interestingly, he didn't come out for like the ending section of Light My Fire. He was basically backstage for the whole instrumental section. Even though in the actual concerts, you know, Jim, during like the end of the guitar solo, would start shouting, "Fuck, fuck, 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 fuck." I'll probably put a video of it right here. But you know, and at the end of the song, like when he comes back to sing like the last verse and the last chorus, he actually comes out with a different shirt. This time looking way more sort of like what Jim would wear, you know, during some of the band's later concerts in like 1970. I think I've even seen like a photo of him wearing that shirt. You know, like some photos from 1969 that I believe were featured on the American Prayer album. And yeah, and I think he also wears that shirt in Highway, the movie that he made, his own private movie. But yeah, so that's the Jim he dressed as for the end of Light My Fire. And as the encore, they did LA Woman, and that was incredible. That was amazing. Oh my god, I can't even put into words how awesome the performance of LA Woman was. It felt like, that's another number where it felt like you were really seeing the Doors. Like, everybody was going nuts, you know. Mojo, they did the Mojo Rising section, everybody's like clapping along. Yeah, LA Woman's probably my favorite Doors song overall. And they did a great job with LA Woman. Now, we thought they were going to do the end after that song, but they didn't. They just left after that song. But it's fine. It's fine. LA Woman is still a pretty good concert ender. Yeah, overall, this was a great concert. And I had a great time. And Bowie, here's just some of my in-the-moment thoughts.
Don't think they're doing the end, interestingly. If they aren't, then I'll just say this was a good concert. You put on Wild Child, great job. I know it's about to fuck up during Backdoor Man, but that's okay. You did a good job. Great performance, especially LA Woman. That was fucking awesome.
And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this review of Wild Child, the Doors tribute. This was very good concert. Again, great performances. Yeah, so I'd highly recommend checking this group out if they're playing in your area. And I'll probably see them again if they come here again. Hopefully they do, because they were really good. Yeah, they play in your area, go see them. They're really good recreation of the Doors. I hope to maybe also one day see the Dirty Doors, which is fronted by a guy named Reed Barrickman. They also seem really good. Apparently, Reed is an obsessed Doors fan, and yeah, you could tell by his videos. But yeah, he also seems really good. So I'd like to see the Dirty Doors as well. But they only tend to play in the South right now for some reason. But we have Wild Child anyway, and they're really good as well. Like definitely are good competitors with the Dirty Doors, I'll say. Yeah, I could definitely see why Dave Brock got to play with the real Doors, because he's really good. So yeah, come to your area, go see them. Highly recommend it. Thanks for watching this video, everybody. I don't know what my next video will be, but it'll be whatever I'm interested in. All right, take care, guys.